Hi, I'm Pam Totten. I'm an occupational therapist with Benchmark Physical Therapy. I'm a board-certified hand therapist and I've been certified since 1995. And what that means is that I've got a lot of special training in dealing with shoulder, elbow, wrist, and hand injuries. I'm here today to talk to you about carpal tunnel syndrome. A lot of people don't understand carpal tunnel syndrome, but I'm going to teach you a little bit about the anatomy and about the signs and symptoms so that you'll understand. This is a picture describing the carpal tunnel. As you can see, it really is a tunnel. It's formed on the back by the bones of the wrist. So if my hand were like this, the bones of the wrist would be in the back, and on the top is a ligament. That ligament is not as thin as it appears here, but it actually is pretty thick, and it would take up this much space on my hand. In that tunnel are all the tendons of the fingers that move the fingers, and if you can look at my hand move, you'll see the tendons glide like this through the tunnel. On top of the tendons lie the nerve, and here it is, the median nerve. It provides innervation to the thumb, index, ring, and middle fingers. The nerve lies on top of the tunnels, so if the tunnel gets tight, it actually compresses on the nerve and gives symptoms of numbness, pins and needles, tingling in your thumb, index, ring, middle, and ring fingers. Not in the little finger, which is sometimes the differentiation between carpal tunnel syndrome and cubital tunnel syndrome. Now I'd like to show you how I would screen for carpal tunnel syndrome. I'm going to show you on Jennifer's hand. Now I first might do something called a Tinel's test, and what a Tinel's test is I tap on the nerve in the carpal tunnel, and if it's positive, Jennifer would have tingling or pins and needles that would radiate into her thumb, index, middle, or ring fingers. I might also do a test called a Phelan's test, where I would bend her wrist forward and I would compress the nerve and see if there's a positive sign, which would be numbness, pins and needles, or tingling along that nerve distribution. Another way I might measure is using something called Semmes-Weinstein monofilaments, and they're basically fishing line. And I would have her close her eyes, and I would touch tips of her fingers and ask her if she feels it. Another method I might use is called two-point discrimination. And I'm using a discriminator that has different points. They don't hurt. I'm going to touch her with 1 point, or I'm going to touch her with 2 points. And I'm going to ask her if she can feel that. And I will test her along the median nerve distribution, and I'll compare it to the small finger to just make sure that there's no other nerve involvement. Something else that I might do is I might test her grip. Jennifer, I'm going to have you hold this. Bring your arm out straight and hold and squeeze hard as you can and relax. And that would be another screening that I might use to test for carpal tunnel syndrome. If you think you might have symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome and you're not sure where to go, please feel free to stop by any Benchmark location and ask a certified hand therapist for a complimentary screening.